Hey everyone, it's me, How To Homemaker. Quick, go grab a pen and a paper and write this recipe down. Write down the ingredients, make sure that you have all the ingredients, and then join me at the end of the video where we talk about some tips on how to fry your dough, because that's the part where you could mess this up. If you've never done it before, this is where it gets tricky. Making the dough is easy, frying it afterwards is the hard part. So join me afterwards, make sure that you have all the stuff, and yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. So I've got a fun one today. It's really yummy, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to this one. It's called fry bread. Now, this comes from a lot of different cultures, so I didn't really know what to call it. When I'm talking to my friends, I usually call it bannock, but I think that bannock is a little more salty and not as much sugar. And I mean, the Danish make it into abelskivers. It's the same thing, just cooked a little bit differently. So there are so many recipes for this. I think that you guys should try this one because I've had great success with it. A lot of people really like it, and like I said, a lot of people are looking forward to this video so they can have some of their own and not ask me all the time. So when I do this, I have all of the dough and everything ready to go, mixed together, and I put it set up like this because I just transfer the dough into the fry pan and then straight onto the plate ready to cool, as well as I have a sink full of water because it just makes it easier to go and wash your hands. And usually I just use a fork to flip everything. I don't have tongs or anything to do like that. So when you make these, something that I wanted to just show you guys in a little video here is, I know that I said fry palm-sized pieces, and you can do that eventually, but the thing is that if you have never done this before, you want to start out small because you don't necessarily want your oil heat right at 8 or high or whatever. I know that when I do that on my oven, I end up burning the outside and the inside stays raw, so that's not good. You want to have it at a and you don't want it to not cook immediately, because if it doesn't cook immediately, then it kind of has a funny texture on the outside. So you really might have to play around with this to just learn your oven. The hard part is not the recipe, the hard part is what I'm showing you right here. So start out with tiny little, basically Timbit sizes, if you're from Canada, and just flatten them out a little bit and put them in there and just start like that, and you'll know your oven eventually, or your stovetop I should say, more accurately. And basically, I mean, the smaller the pieces, the more you make and the more you can eat. That's my logic. And when you put it in there, it should start to change color immediately. because it's cooking, it should go that fast. I tried doing this video before and I didn't have the oil hot enough and they didn't cook fast enough and it just wasn't that great of a video. So I'm just going to try it again and it's working out a lot better. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is that when you go through and you you mix everything up, not cook everything, we're cooking now. But when you go and you mix everything up like this, and then you get to the step where you have to knead the dough and then wait for the 15 minutes, use that 15 minutes to just clean your kitchen up a little bit, do some dishes, tidy up, and then afterwards you have a clean kitchen. All you have is this mess right here, and then you can just go sit down and eat some bannock, fry bread. Go through all that. And that's basically all I have to say. This is a slow process, as you can see. It's not really, you just have to watch it. The best way to do it is to just flip it once, but if you have to flip it twice, it's not the end of the world, even 3 times. But try to get to the point, like I said, this might take a little bit for you to learn your stovetop, so try to get to the point where you are just flipping it the 2 times. And I like to put them, with that being said, I like to put them in the pan in an order so that when I go to flip them again, I flip them in the right order and then they're cooked that much more evenly. And this is why it helps to have water in your sink, because you can just move over. Oh, and I should say, if you have never done this before, be very, very careful about drying your hands before you go to cook again, because if you get any sort of water in the oil here, it will be like a big explosion. It's not good, and it can, you know, potentially hurt you. So yeah, so I just take a fork, flip everything over. It's nice and golden brown on the other side. I'll show you guys a picture soon here. Maybe I'll grab another utensil and just hold it up for you. But I need to flip them all first before they get a little too golden brown. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now I'll just show you guys what it looks like on the cooked side here. And you can see that didn't take very long. It just took long enough for me to fill the pan up. And then wash my hands off, and it was time to flip them. And that's what it looks like. That kind of consistency. You can see it's not quite cooked on this side yet. It needs to get more that color. So yeah, put that back in the pan. And there we go. I have water to just put this in, so that's kind of nice. This is what the dough looks like. I used 2 cups of white flour and 2 cups of stone ground flour because I have a bunch of stone ground flour left over and I don't really know what to do with it. So, and you can do whatever you want. Like I said, there's so many different ways to make this. So many cultures make this in different ways. So take my recipe, and if you don't like it, change it to how you like it. Or research a different one. Put some eggs in it or whatever. Do whatever you want. It is easy, but these are the tips that you need to know for frying it. That's what this video is about anyways. So yeah, with that being said, I think that that's all we have to say. They're just about ready to take out now, and now I can just transfer them directly onto the plate. Like I said, put in here. Oh, one thing you should know, I usually use 1.5 cups of lard for frying, but you can get away with just using 1 Crisco. Oh, I even cut it out so I could show you guys. You can get away with just using 1 of these. It is better to have 1.5 so that, because as you cook these, the level of the lard goes down and down, so it's you kind of got a smaller pan that's deeper would be better actually if you had that to go, but this is what I have to work with, so keep that in mind when you go to cook this. It's better to have more than less, because when you're at the end of your recipe and you can't cook anymore, it's a little bit frustrating. So yeah, with that being said, I'm the how-to homemaker, and don't forget, everybody in life makes mistakes. What matters is what you do about it. So I hope you did this video soon, and go and enjoy some yummy, yummy, yummy fry bread. Bye everyone.